Hey everybody. We're going to be doing a live today with DFW Lash University's Roxy Reese. We're going to be talking about getting started as a business owner in the beauty service industry, some mindset stuff. So if this is your first time joining me, my name is Tara Walsh. I'm a beauty business coach for those that own beauty service-based businesses. So whether you are a lash artist, a waxer, a microblader, a hairstylist, esthetician, I'm your girl. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're doing a live with Roxy Reese of DFW Lash University. So if you haven't heard of DFW Lash University, it is a lash academy in Texas. So Texas has a specific license for eyelash extensions where you don't need to have a cosmetology or aesthetics license to perform the service. You have a specific lash. Let's get Roxy to come on. Here she comes. If you guys have any questions about starting a business or the pros and cons of running a business, go ahead and enter them in the chat. We will be doing a little bit of Q&A with her. There she goes, accept. Instagram is being a little glitchy today, so when we tried this live on her page, it would not.
Oh, hey. Oh, sorry, I was
hear.
on the school's page. Or is this the school's page or is this my page? Oh, I don't know.
This is DFW.
Yeah, something was. Oh, I thought I was on my first.
I swear we've done this before, guys. We are not amateurs to this, but the sound is so much better, right?
It's a Freaky Friday right now. That's what's happening.
It's Friday the 14th, but apparently this feels like the 13th. Cool. All right. So welcome to the Lashpreneur page. This is Roxy. She is the owner of DFW Lash University, and we're just going to chat about business stuff. So Roxy, I'm going to let you take the lead, and let's get going.
Awesome. Well, yeah, guys, we are here just to have a safe and open communication about just what it takes to be a new lash artist. At DFW Lash University, we do help students get their lash license in Texas. And so we serve a lot of new lash artists that are fresh out of school. They need to get their mind right, the accounting, the marketing, the game plan, and everything. And I learned so much from listening to Tara on the Lashpreneur podcast and watching her YouTube videos. And then I signed up for the Lashpreneur and I DIY my website. And I've just learned so much from her in my own lash career before I opened up the school that I really wanted to be able to bring her on and talk to our community about just like, I really think it's the mindset. If I was to list everything out, because that first sentence that you said before when we were on our other live is, when you start your business, it really is going to reflect on everything that you need to work on. I felt that because I dealt with that a lot with opening up the school. And I can only imagine, people that are coming from different backgrounds. They don't know how to market. They don't know how to sell retail. They don't know how to get clients back on for their field. And it's so much personal development. Like, you're right. That goes into just not knowing how to do the skill, the service, but actually be a business owner. So I was talking to you, I was asking you, well, can you list the cons and pros of just being a solo lash artist versus working under someone?
Yeah.
And what advice do you give to the person that is starting out and maybe they don't have everything that they need to go and be a solo artist? And they might feel like the salon way. What are some things that they should be looking for if they are going to work for somebody? And then what are the pros and cons, and what should people be looking for if they want to be a solo lash artist?
Yeah, for sure. So just kind of touching on, for anybody who didn't see that conversation, what I mentioned was that, like, being a business owner, I mean, I think we get shoved this down our throat with ads and like all these things. We're like, you can make $100 grand in a year. And it's just like, just do 10 full sets a day, 5 days a week, and you'll make $100 grand. But I'm sorry, if you've ever done 10 full sets in a day in 2 hours a set, like that's, you don't have enough time in the day. So the benefit of being a business owner is that you are in complete control over your time and your money. However, the issue is where people don't see those results is that your business is a mirror of what's going on in here. So if you come into a business with money mindset issues, scarcity issues, even your own belief about yourself of worthiness or deservedness, or your own ability to learn and grow and test things out, and all the meaning you take from your business, it gets really hard to find success in business because you are battling your own head. So for example, you may think if money is scarce and hard to come by, you won't charge a premium price because you're believing that your clients won't pay a higher price. Yet you are the actual person who created a clientele who's only loyal to the discount, not the results and the experience that you can get them. That's just one example of how your mindset can prevent you from reaching the goals that you want. A lot of times when people get to being fully booked, the mindset that gets in the way is that I am turning away money if I say no to a client. Therefore, I will add clients to the day, add days to the week, and now I'm overworked, burned out, and it doesn't quite feel worth it, right? Like I'm just working so much and I'm not even able to spend the money, or I keep spending money and pouring money back into the business to try and grow it, yet I have no more time to give the business. So oftentimes that will result in burnout and injury because this is a very physically demanding job. So that's all mindset stuff. That has like, you have nobody else to blame for the results in your business except for you as the business owner. So unless you're willing to take an objective look at what you've created by way of your own thoughts and beliefs, you're going to have a hard time reaching that level of success that you want because your own head's getting in the way. And so that's what I meant in talking about, you know, entrepreneurship is inner work. It's who you become in the process of building out a business, because if you're not getting the results you want, you're the one responsible for it. And a lot of people have a hard time looking at their own responsibility. They want to blame a recession. They want to blame cheap clients. They want to blame market saturation. I hear that all the time. I'm in a saturated market. Like, great, that's proof and evidence that there's a lot of demand for the service you offer. So the pros of it is that if you can figure that stuff out, if you can start to hack your own brain and start to choose beliefs, I call it your BS system, your belief system. If you can get your BS out of the way and you start to choose ones that actually help you grow, then really the sky is the limit. Your growth is just how far do you want to grow, and not taking all the meaning of like, oh my God, I didn't have as many clients this month, or oh my God, they didn't pre-book their appointments. They're just all problem solution. You solve for a problem, you find a solution. That's it with business. It's an overly simplified way of looking at business, but that's it. You have a problem, find a solution, go do that solution. The benefits of working for someone else is that you don't have to worry about the business side of things. You don't have to worry about where your paycheck is coming from. You get to show up, do your artistry, and go home. And so there is a beauty to that, because I will be honest, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. That's why like 99% of the world chooses to work for someone else.
Yeah.
Right? To me, what I enjoy about being a business owner is the personal development side of it, is looking at my growth as a business owner and who I've become, because how I treat my business is also how I treat my life. So I apply that mindset stuff to both personal and professional. And I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming. Doesn't mean I don't have problems. In business and in life, you will always have problems. Not having problems is not the goal of life. It's how you handle them. It's how you approach them. It's how you evolve and who you become in the process that, to me, is the obsession, right? So there is a simplicity and a beauty to just doing your artistry, just doing your craft, showing up, making women feel beautiful, and going home and turning off, you know, the artist or the job when you're an employee. When you're a business owner, it tends to seep, right? You have to get very good at having boundaries to turn your business brain off. Otherwise, it will start to seep in your personal life. You'll lose relationships. You'll be on your phone all the time when your kids are running around. So it's definitely challenging to be a business owner, but well worth it if you can actually start to reap those rewards of more time and more money.
Exactly. No, I really do believe that it takes a certain type of personality and a certain type of person to be an entrepreneur, because there's so much reflection that you have to do on yourself. You know, I can give you a perfect example. I hired a new HR person and they missed the deadline for the payroll, like on Gusto.
Yep.
In when we were supposed to. And I could have sat there and blamed it. I mean, I did send an official email saying that that's what happened. But in my own head, internally, I said, okay, well, Roxy, this is your business. What are you going to do to make sure that your employees and yourself gets paid on time when you're supposed to? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just stay on their ass and remind them 4 days in advance that payroll is coming up. Like, oh, we got payroll.
Or find a new HR person.
Exactly. Or find a new HR. But this is like their second time doing it after being onboarded. So I'm gonna give them another try. But yeah, you know, just having that reflection, but having that pause, that thought, like, okay, I can spend all day blaming it on them, even though that's their job. But what am I going to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again? And that is
Yeah.
the moment that an entrepreneur, when you start thinking about, okay, I'm having this same issue over and over. I'm getting new client fills and it's not going great over and over again. What am I going to do? What policies am I going to put in place? What structure am I going to put in place to make sure that this goes smoother the next time? And I think it just takes a certain type of person to be able to work through those thoughts and not get so emotional because it's business.
Yeah, that is a very, very hard and clear distinction to make. And, don't get me wrong, like women and their feelings, there's gut intuition that can be a very, very powerful thing. As far as making business decisions and where your gut is, but your feelings, there's a difference between intuition and feelings. We are hormonal, especially as a woman, right? So our feelings can vary throughout the month. So even learning to distinguish what my feeling is about something versus a gut intuition. Your gut
Right.
intuition is usually something very quiet. It's usually something that feels, it doesn't necessarily make logical sense. Your feelings are like screaming at you, right? And that's usually a fear-based mindset, or like, oh my God, everything's going to catastrophize. It's just all going downhill. Your gut is not telling you everything's going downhill in such an epic way. If your gut's telling you like, hey, if you touch the burner again, it's going to hurt. So I think we should actually do this instead. That's more of the gut. The intuition is calm. Your feelings based on any time of month can be very irrational, very loud, very in your face. So it's an important distinction to make. And then using your intuition and following it, even if it doesn't make logical sense, even if it upsets your feelings, because your gut is always, always, in my experience, going to be right.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
definitely agree. I remember we did have a question in our story poll. Somebody asked, how can you prevent burnout? And then how can you recover from burnout? Like, what do you do to recover from burnout?
Yeah. So let's even discuss what is burnout, because that could actually mean a bunch of different things to a bunch of different people. So it's getting clear on what it is that you're experiencing burnout and what is it that you're feeling with burnout. So I'll give you an example. One, of burnout would be that their body is just physically exhausted. They just are low energy. You kind of dread going in. It's just like Groundhog's Day. You're not stimulated. And so you're just almost like bored in a sense. And so you're just burned out. You're kind of looking at, oh, wouldn't it be fun to do that? Or wouldn't it be fun to do that? And you just don't find the joy in what you're doing. So a
Yeah.
couple of different ways, once you get clear on like what your version of burnout is, and the easiest way when you're kind of stuck in that rut of that like same day routine and everything is just the same every day, is go take a class, right? Go get connected with
Mm,
other lash artists. So many times when we're in our own treatment room, we're the service provider and we keep pouring into others, but nobody's pouring into us. You get
yeah.
yourself in a room with like at least 3 to 4 other lash artists who are driven, who have goals. All of a sudden you're inspired again. So I would say in that case, the opposite of burnout is inspiration. So go get your inspiration, learn a new skill, challenge yourself, get your brain working again on a problem that you can work towards a solution, so that you're focused on something that's a challenge rather than it's the same thing. Isolate, dip place, new client, same thing, isolate, dip place, where it's like you're almost bored and you're lacking inspiration. Even hiring a team, if you want to go down that route, or learning social media, or learning marketing skills, or learning business, or just challenging and stimulating your brain in something.
No, that is very, very real. You know, like, I feel like lashes is so new still. People are kind of just catching on. It's really popular within the older scene. I mean, the younger scene right now. I was on live
I was gonna
yesterday
say, what are
with,
you trying to say? The older scene.
well, no, I'm just saying, like, I was on the live yesterday with Stephanie, and she's an alumni, and she was saying that she's 30 and she kind of felt like she didn't know if this is something that she could do because she only saw young girls doing it. And it
Right.
just makes me think, like, I can't believe that she actually thought that. But then it's like, when you think about how many people are in the lash industry, they probably are between 20 and 25. And I just think that you haven't really gone through life yet to figure out all these things, to be working on your, to be working alone on your, by yourself. And then I just feel like, to be that young, you're going to, that's why I feel like a lot of people are burning out, because there's so many young lash artists not having those boundaries and those standards to like really
Well,
make sure that they're taking care of
I actually want to
themselves.
challenge that, because it depends on where her attention is, right? Who is she following? What platform is she following these people on? Because I actually experienced, my audience is primarily 30 to 50, because I'm in that range, right? So I tend to draw those people in. So she just may be following the younger artist, which is fine,
Mm-hmm.
right? I have people in my programs. I have a 21-year-old in her program that's hiring her first team member, and she's killing it. Shout out to
Yeah.
Maria. Right. And then I have people like Magda was kind of jumping around. Magda's she's more mature. We won't call her old, but she is much older than me. And it just really depends on where your attention. If you are looking for evidence of there being only young people doing this, you will find that. But if you actually
Yeah.
start to go seek, and to be honest with you, like a lot of more mature lash artists, again, we don't call them old, don't call your clients old, call
I'm
them
so
mature.
sorry.
They may be killing it on Facebook or word of mouth referrals, or they have, there's social media is such a new platform for marketing your business. And so those that have been around a while or didn't grow up in the generation where all of this, hey, there's Magda, she said she's 50. For those people who weren't, like, they were in their 20s before social media existed, they may not have gotten used to utilizing this platform for marketing, so they're just marketing elsewhere, right? So just because you're not
Yes.
seeing them doesn't mean they're not there and they don't exist. Now, for
Yes.
sure, the physicality of this job and being a service provider is what I would call a young girl's game, a young woman's game, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
repetitive nature, especially as your body starts to break down, if you're not taking care of yourself, carpal tunnel, repetitive stress injuries can happen more frequently as you get older. So I
And
do see that
yes.
there's a much shorter time frame that you can be successful at this, at that frequency, at that
Level. Yep.
pace of taking
Mm-hmm.
that many clients before your body physically starts to break down. So you may even find that the salon owners are the older ones because they couldn't physically do the service anymore and they had to find a way to pivot and really move
No,
into expansion.
I totally agree. But that was kind of leading into my next point. And my next point is just like, I see so many young lash artists. They are so talented, but they're going so hard with the
Yep.
lashes. They are
Mm-hmm.
going so hard. And I personally have a friend who is like literally has to take nerve pills
Yep.
because of how hard she went doing lashes. And she's
Yeah.
like, you know, I just don't think that we talk about it enough. The downside and the risk, especially starting out so young. Like, even for myself, I
Mm-hmm.
started when I was 25, but then I got pregnant and I went hard while I was pregnant and my bones were moving. And now I have carpal tunnel. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like one wrong season of overdoing this and you are out of the game. Like, you really have to protect your time and your body when you're doing lashes, because it's not something that we can do forever. Like, it's really,
It's
really
kind of like being a
hard.
professional athlete. I mean, I hate to make that comparison because it's such a leap, but it's true, right? Is if
Yeah.
you go really hard, these professional athletes, their careers, most of them, they're over at 30, and then what are you going to do with the rest of your life, right? Sure, you can make a crap ton of money doing it at that pace and hustling and all that, but then your body's broken, and then you have no revenue stream because you didn't build out how this could be a business if you want to go that route. To be able to not have to trade your body or your time for money, to be able to have a scalable business model where you're not the one that's providing the services, right?
Right.
So I understand that mindset of, like, especially this 21-year-old particularly, she's like, I can work really hard, I can hustle before I have a family, and then when I have my family, I'll be able to, like, pull back. And I'm like, well, but yeah, if you're hustling so hard though, how much more likely are you to get to that family life at some point if you're working 12 hours a day? Like, she's in a relationship and they've had some struggles because she's like, I don't even have time to do laundry in a week. And I'm like, great, well, use all that money you're making to hire somebody to go do laundry so you can spend some extra time with your boyfriend and really, like, build out a
Yeah.
relationship, right? So we sacrifice so much for the hustle, but it's that hustle culture that I think is really toxic, because it is associating your time for money, and that is an employee mindset, which is detrimental to the business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you don't prioritize things like marketing, because you're not actually making money when you're doing the social media posts, right? Nobody's paying you
Right.
to do that, but it is necessary for you to do that in order to have clients that come in and pay you money. So you prioritize only the actions in your business that produce direct revenue, but then you neglect things like learning how to do accounting so that you can actually keep more money in your business and prioritize profitability, which is where the owner pays themselves. You neglect learning how to do marketing in a way that is effective and efficient. So you're trying Instagram and you're paying for boost posts and you're like, I should be on TikTok, and oh wait, I need to Google my business, I should do Google ads. Like you're spreading yourself so thin because you're just looking for that one thing that's going to click, but you're not actually taking the time to learn how to do it right on one platform. So that's just an example,
Right.
like even having boundaries and policies in place where you prevent cancellations and no-show appointments, because that's lost revenue. And so, yes, when you are starting out and you are a service provider, your time traded for a service is how you make money. But if you want to build out a business where at some point you might be able to scale back and not have to be trading your time for money, you need the foundations of the business in place and treat it like it's your best paying client in order to get to that point.
Yes. Oh my God, they're really feeling it.
Yes. Oh, Hannah Lash, I see you, girl.
That's awesome. Man, that's awesome. Can you tell, I want you to save this live and send it to me so we can post it
Yep.
on the school page. But can you just tell people like some of the products that you offer and the Lashpreneur, just kind of tell our audience kind of what you have to offer?
Yeah, of course. Well, Roxy is one of our affiliates. So if you want a special link to some insider trainings that we've only released for her, send her a DM and she will send you a link. They're all free. So she's got, I think there's 5 or 6 trainings in there when you're just getting started with a business, kind of our foundational stuff on like how to get your first few clients, that DIY website design. She has a special discount for that in that program. But it's really the business side of beauty. It's the very first training. So hit up your girl at DFW University Academy or University for that special link. So that will get you kind of some intro stuff if you're just curious and like toying with the idea of starting a business. Once you are at the point where you really want to start taking your business seriously, whether you've started yet or not, and you want to go from kind of this overlooked to fully booked as a solo provider, that's where the Lashpreneur Society really steps in. That is a monthly membership program. So kind of like a gym membership, but hopefully you actually use this one. And those are our trainings on marketing, the business foundations, whether it's accounting, how to manage problematic clients, how to minimize no-shows, how to set up your policies, a lot of information about marketing specifically to really theory-wise understand marketing, and then implementation-wise how to actually go out and do it. So we're not going to teach you like the latest Instagram strategy, although Reels is that, if you know, it's a little bonus tip. We're going to teach you how to utilize social media to build relationships with people that then convert them over to becoming clients. So it is much more strategy. And then if you are at the point where you're kind of at that fully booked or you're starting to burn out and you want to look at stop trading your time for money, we have a brand new program we've released called Society Accelerator or Society X. And this program teaches you the step-by-steps on how to hire your first or your next profit-producing team member. It is a lot of processes that we are implementing in your business to create systems that are repeatable. So once you have hired someone and you're paying them in a way that's profitable towards the business, and you've onboarded them to the way that produces the experience and the results that your clients have come to know, then you can actually hire multiple team members based on that process and just copy and paste those processes. And then after that, we have people who, once they've completed those processes, we welcome them into our mastermind if they so choose. And that's where we really focus in on the performance of scaling a multiple 6 to 7 figure business with building out a team. We work heavily on marketing strategies that really scale a lot of new clients coming in, because as you have a team, you're paying them whether they're paying clients or not. And so we focus in on lead generation and also performance and leadership management of your team members.
Yes, it's really everything, every step from baby new lash artists to middle artists to senior business owners. Tara Walsh has something for you guys. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of and there's nobody standing over your shoulder to get it done. You have to hold yourself accountable.
I mean, if you ask for help, we will help you. But a lot of people are like, no, you can't ask for help. I'm dumb. And I'm like, we know, no, we don't label any of that stuff. You want help, you got help.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yes, of course they're there to help you. But at the end of the day, you have to implement the strategies. You have
100%.
And
I'm not here to run your business for you. I've already got my own business. I'm good.
Exactly. You have to actually put the elbow grease behind it. You have to actually log on, okay, and use it.
Yeah, this ain't no get rich quick scheme. No, that's not.
Exactly.
sustainable.
But if you guys are interested and you want to use the DLU little discount, just go ahead and DM us on the page. But if you're a student, you guys already have all of that included in your program. You guys can sign up and get discounts with Tara. But man, thank you so much for your time. I really,
Of course.
we should definitely do this again next month.
I know. Hopefully next time on your page, the sound works better.
Yes, I know, right? I don't know what we were going through, but we made it through. And I just appreciate you so much. Like, you are forever inspiration to me, a pioneer of just this new baby industry. And we have so much more to accomplish. And so I can't wait to see, you know, how we can collaborate more and do more things together. So
yeah. Roxy, I'm so freaking proud of you because I have watched your journey as well. So the fact that you are now going out to teach others how to do this skill so that they can go make money, like, you are creating a significant amount of impact. And I'm excited to see where you're going to go. I know we've had conversations about what's next for you, so I'm excited to watch that unfold.
Thank you so much. Yeah, but we should definitely, you're in Tennessee, right? I think I have a my business coach actually is having the whole organization is having something in Tennessee. So when I get the date, I will definitely let you know, because we're gonna have to do dinner for sure.
Yes, okay? For sure. I will take you on Broadway and show you the Nashville experience.
Yes, I would love that. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you again so much for your time. You enjoy your evening. See you later.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.